Now, we will shut down the school, we know that, but what's even more of a challenge, though, which is going to continue, is to change our country's foreign policy in Latin America. That's our real goal, and that's lifelong. I mean, this will hope. I mean, you don't change U.S. foreign policy in Latin America or in any part of the world overnight or within a couple of years. It takes a lot of people doing a lot of things. We're encouraged, though, when we went to Latin America, we didn't know our delegation representing the movement, visiting these 13 countries. We did not know how we were going to be received. We did not know what they knew, if anything, about this school. Well, what we learned, first of all, there's this sea change taking place in Latin America. A lot of countries who have been very dominated by the empire, as they refer to us, El Imperio. Many, many countries we visited, they refer to us, no, not as Los Estados Unidos or Gringolandia as they used to. It's El Imperio, the empire. And what they're saying is that to us, they know this school when we bring our documentation and meet with the presidents or defense ministers. They often stop us. And they say, we know this school very well. We have been on the receiving end. And so what they're also surprised about, though, is to know that there's a big movement here in solidarity with them. And that also over 260 of our people have gone to prison in solidarity with them. They really, really are very surprised to hear this. And it means a lot to them to know that in El Imperio, there's kindred spirits walking in solidarity with them. What we also heard, though, was that our country is welcome, pero no como antes, they said, not as before. Not to come in as a conquistador to exploit. If we want to come in as a partner, bienvenidos, welcome, as a partner, but not in a relationship that's horizontal, but not this top-down relationship as we've been going about our business over the last decades there, which really has been top-down to exploit, to really be there for our self-interest, our economic interest. And that's not going to work anymore. And they're bringing into their governments leaders who are talking now more and sharing a vision with the poor, who are talking about adequate housing, a living wage, schools for kids, hospitals. And really this is what this struggle is all about, improving the lives of people. And in each of these countries we visited, the vast majority are struggling for survival. They're living on the edge. They see their children going to bed hungry at night and dying before their time. 4 or 5 years old, that's it. Their lives end. And they know it doesn't have to be this way. So they're coming together with more unity in their countries, electing leaders that, again, are speaking on behalf of the poor for the first time in a long time. And that, I must say, is very, very encouraging to see. A lot of that fear that was so instilled in these countries, so alive, that I experienced in Bolivia and El Salvador, that fear is being replaced by hope. And that is something just incredible to see. When I returned to Bolivia after years, just a few months ago, and had been expelled, arrested with many, and I had to leave the country. And I met with friends there, and we reflected, and we said to each other, who would have ever thought years ago under that brutal dictator, General Banzer, who was filling up the jails and prisons with university students, tin miners, labor leaders, and so many. Many had to flee the country, many were killed. The jails were full. Who would have ever thought that some of the political prisoners we were visiting would be today's vice president, would be ministers in the government? I mean, but that's it. the lesson that I've learned in Latin America is never give up, never give up.